So Mandy and I met in December 2008. We were both working for People's Bank, #1 bank in Washington. And we had both decided to meet up, both of our groups had decided to meet up beforehand at the Black Forest Steakhouse in Bellingham off of Sunset. And partway through the night, my boss, who was sitting at Mandy's table, called me over and said, "Hey Nathaniel, why don't you come sit with us?" So I was maneuvering my way over there, and I knew pretty quickly that I knew everybody at the table but Mandy, and they had left only one seat open right next to Mandy. I was like, okay, I get what's going on here. Hey, my first rodeo. And sat down, introduced myself, and just got to talking for a little bit, and we hadn't even known each other for 5 minutes, and one of Mandy's friends across the table was adamant that she take a picture of the new couple, and so it was really, really awkward, and we scooched in real close and took our picture, and then whoosh, got separated the sea real quickly. That was pretty awkward, but just during the night we just got a chance to know each other, and then in the coming weeks after the Christmas party, Mandy started showing up at my office out of nowhere and really had no reason to come downtown that I could think of, and really just started stalking me a bunch. And
I wasn't stalking. I was creating opportunities for him to notice me. I just wanted to make sure he knew I was available, and so I wasn't stalking you though.
I think that's painting you in a less creepy light, I guess, but
I wasn't stalking him.
Either way, Mandy agreed to officially be dating end of December.
So very early on in our relationship, we knew things were pretty serious. We knew pretty close to the beginning of the relationship that it was going somewhere. And I had something I really needed to tell Nathaniel before things got too serious. And that was when I was 20 years old. I was diagnosed with a disease called endometriosis. It's a disease that affects your female reproductive organs, and in severe cases, it can make it near impossible to get pregnant. So I thought I better tell Nathaniel before he starts getting really serious feelings for me. I didn't want him to feel duped and fall in love and then find out that I might not ever be able to have kids. And this disease, it affects about 5 to 10% of females, and it can take years to get pregnant with it, and there's about 15 to 20% of females who never are able to have kids.
I remember the day that Mandy told me, as we hadn't been dating for, max 2 months, and the feelings were so strong already. It was kind of a shot to the gut at first. Like, okay, I thought this was what was in the cards and what was planned out, and yeah, I remember it being a little bit of a shocker at first, but I just remember thinking, God is so big that that's a hurdle that He is very capable of crossing if our relationship got to that point. So I was really able to take solace in the fact that I knew God, and I knew that He was bigger than this news that Mandy was dropping on me, and I really wanted to pursue this relationship and pursue Mandy and see where it was going to take us. So I knew that God would be able to help us cross that bridge if we got there.
So we started dating that December, and then Nathaniel proposed to me in October of the following year, so we dated for about 10 months before we got engaged.
So after we, towards the end of our dating and then getting close to getting married and going through premarital counseling with Rick and Tiffany, we had an opportunity to talk a lot about, just reintroduce the topic of kids and what we felt like that was going to look like for us. We had just agreed that what was a good plan and what we would do was just to wait 3 to 5 years to try to have kids, and we were going to introduce birth control, even though we'd been told that we wouldn't need it.
So on September 30th of 2010, we found out that we were pregnant. And it was definitely the best and most shocking news we've ever received in our entire lives.
Yeah.
We knew that you know, with my endometriosis, it would be extremely difficult. On top of that, we decided anyway to be using birth control just to make sure that, you know, we were really wanting to wait a few years. And yeah, on top of all that, God decided He was ready for us to be parents, and so we found out we were pregnant. It was very exciting, but shocking. On May 28th, 2011, we gave birth to Zachary Adam Mal, and when we look at him, we are just overwhelmed with joy. He is a complete miracle, and that God entrusts us with His most beautiful creation is just so humbling. He's a miracle. We are truly blown away by how incredible this whole process has been, and how awesome it is to be parents and to be able to raise him and show him who God is. We just can't wait